women are contributing more to their family's income than ever before. In fact, nearly 1/3 of American women in heterosexual relationships now earn more money than their spouse or partner. But according to a new study, traditional thinking about money and relationships has hardly changed, and that could continue to hold women back. Here to explain is the editor of Forbes Women, Maggie McGrath, and vice chair of the Forbes and Know Your Value 3050 Summit, Huma Abedin, is with us. Maggie, so first of all, this is a UBS study, and what did they find about women breadwinners?
Well, we know that the share of female breadwinners, sole or primary breadwinners, has tripled in the last 50 years.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. So we are earning more financial power,
Yay.
which is great. Yet, just half of these primary female breadwinners say that they are responsible for their household's short and long-term financial planning. What this means on a practical level, 51% of bill paying is done by primary female breadwinners. 79% of men who are the primary earners decide how the bills are getting paid. Long-term financial decisions, just 48% of women who are the primary earners are making those decisions, but 78% of men are doing the same thing. And I think the biggest thing that concerns me here is that half, or just about half, of these women who are the primary earners say they're comfortable with their status as primary earners.
Interesting.
Do you want to know how many men say?
How many?
Nearly 90% of men who are the primary earner say that they feel the same, that they are comfortable. So men are more comfortable being the primary earner. So what this study shows is that outdated gender norms are affecting the way that women think and interact with money, and women are ceding financial power to their spouse, and that's problematic because we know that 74% of women experience a negative financial surprise after the death or divorce of a spouse. So when you are ceding financial decisions to your spouse, you are ceding control of your financial futures.
Interesting. So what is going on here, Huma? Why do you think women breadwinners are still sort of relinquishing their power over important financial decisions?
Well, this survey is called Tradition, Trust, and Time, and I think tradition really is the key word here, the primary core challenge, I think, particularly for women of Gen X generations. There is this sort of deep conflict about our relationship with money. And, this Ada Calhoun wrote this book a few years ago called Why We Can't Sleep. And she has a chapter called Money Panic. And the argument she makes in the book is that Gen X women in particular have a 50% chance of making more money than their parents' generation, which is a smaller percentage than our parents had from our grandparents. And so what does that mean? Our mothers raise us to say, go make money because money equals freedom and power.
Right.
So what's enough? So we're constantly in this panic to try and make money, but we don't know how much to make, what's enough, and then we get into this paralysis. And so we make it, we don't know what to do with it because the financial industry, the investment, the long-term investment of your own money is kind of overwhelming. So you get married or you end up with a partner and you're like, I'm going to cede this over.
You handle it.
You handle it. But the reason why this is so crucial is the point that she made. 80% of us, I mean, I think about it, my mother, she managed all the finances in her house. And when I was married, for the brief period of time I was married, I let Anthony do everything. It's just, it is a generational societal issue that we need to address.
Interesting. And Maggie, to add on to this, you, for Forbes Women, you looked into data about how more women are out earning their husbands, but, big but here, the household division of labor remains inequitable. In other words, women are spending more time doing chores and caregiving than their male counterparts. And I have to say that that happens in my family. I mean, there are certain things that come to me, and I can't imagine, by the way, like my brother's doing what I did with my mom, and it wasn't even a thought. And it's not like they're wrong and I'm right, but it was the natural thing, it felt like.
I think tradition and societal stigma can play into this. The study that I covered showed that women can do sometimes 2.5 times as much household work as their male counterparts. Think about that in terms of hours. If it's 3 hours of cooking and cleaning, extra time a week, that doesn't sound like much. But that's 3 hours that you could be investing your money for a higher return, investing in female entrepreneurs, investing in a political cause. I went to a women's event last night where people were talking about how time is money and influence. So again, societal stigma is really affecting women's influence here when you think about how we're spending our time.
And as a single mom, you do it all. everything.
Yes.
Fuma. Okay.
Yes, yes. And also, I mean, you know, I think one of the best ways to solve this, first of all, is this, having conversations about it. And this investor at an event I was at a few months ago stood up and said, you know, women need to start talking about how to invest their money, how to, you know, how to figure out what to do with their money for long-term financial security, the same way we now talk about where we get our hair colored, and where we're getting our manicures and pedicures.
I totally agree.
And it should just not be a
I think it frightens some women still, and we need to normalize it. We're normalizing things today, like brain fog and money. Maggie McGrath and Huma Abedin, thank you very much. We'll have much more from both of you in the weeks to come, especially as we get ready to unveil our third annual 50 over 50 list, which of course is just the beginning in the lead up to the 3050 Summit. I love it. Thank you both very much for being on again.